Live. It's going.
There you go. Did you forget?
No, I was getting ready. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Woke Ass Wednesdays. We've got some of the normal subscribers set up to go over and see what's new in this day and age with Trump running things now. So let me source it over and get ready. Oh, no, get out of there. It did something, and I don't know what. I was trying to get over and get to the screen's just black.
Do you have a mouse or anything?
Yeah, I do. I'm back in. I'm trying to see what I can do here.
Otherwise, just close out of your YouTube.
I got it. Yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, share screen. Share. Yeah, it's starting. It's
talking about pronouns and why they are extremely important.
Gentlemen, 1 second. It's major lag on my end right now. Hold on, I'm trying to get to mute my mic.
At least to me, I guess, I don't know. Before I started transitioning and tried to convince myself I was non-binary, I told people that I really didn't have any preferred pronouns, so nobody'd have to worry about misgendering me, right? But as I started taking bigger steps in transitioning, I realized that I put in too much work not to be referred to as the pronouns I wanted to have. Now, as far as like my family goes and like close friends, I still let them call me whatever I want, because like that's just my own personal preference, because I know they love me, I love them. Names and pronouns don't really matter in those relationships. But as far as like everyone else goes, like getting referred to as he, him can sometimes send my brain like spiraling, and it's already unstable as it is.
Obviously.
Since I transitioned, I started putting preferred pronouns on my name tag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I had to stop it here because, as you know, she said the magic words right as they were talking. That they probably don't even know that they said. They said that my brain started spiraling and that, their mind is already unstable and it was causing issues. That is the key phrase there. That their mind started spiraling and they're already unstable. So why should they get to transition when they're that unstable?
Yeah, I mean, they always try to tell you that it takes all this time to, go to these different appointments and make sure the mental health is in check and everything, and make sure that you're transitioning for the right reasons. No good doctor is gonna let you go through this stuff until you solve all of these issues.
Exactly.
It's like if you're dealing with true gender dysphoria, you know exactly what's going on. You know why you don't feel comfortable in your body. True gender dysphoria has markers that allow you to know exactly what kind of mental health disorder it is. But just having a spiraling mind and an erratic thought pattern.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right, that's not gender dysphoria.
No. And that's why we're gonna have to go over the other guy that we did for a while that we stopped with him.
Oh,
Well, now I screwed the name up, so I'm trying. But I haven't seen anything new from him for. Have you?
Yeah, just saw it. He said he showed a picture 5 years after chemotherapy and like the before and after. It was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, so we'll have to on one of my next work Wednesdays. We'll check him out because he's one that I will gladly call a he. It was a female transition, and he says it.
Yeah.
He says
Oh,
exactly that.
Yeah, I will always
It's
be a female. Offensive training.
yeah, offensive training.
You call it the uncanny training.
Yeah.
Which is always to me a better name, so it always sticks in my head. Yeah, they went through that, and he said, they said that they will always be a biological woman. There's nothing
Yeah.
to change that, but in order to cope with the pure like disgust and pain of being in that body, they transition, themselves to be
Yes.
presenting as male.
And was very, very calm, very lax with what he talked about
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I'll find.
Yeah.
There's him and Buck Angel.
Yeah, Buck Angel's been a big, and Buck Angel's been with him
Yeah.
a few times.
And there's Blair White
Yeah, Blair.
from the other side of
Yep.
the spectrum. And all of them very candidly talk about the traumas and everything that led them to positions specifically.
The truth of why it
Right.
is, and that's the biggest thing.
Not an erratic thought pattern and a spiraling mind.
Yeah.
It's like you can never prove to me that these people are better off after.
No.
I don't even know if there's even been any studies done to actually find out these people are better off 5 years, 10 years, 20
No, there
years
hasn't.
down the road if they are miserable.
I mean, there's been studies because they found out that they're still more likely to commit suicide
Yeah, right. So
down the line.
why?
Yeah.
Like I think that even that they were watching Michael News today said
Yep.
something about that. Like it's almost as if deep down they know that they're running against the grain of nature.
Exactly.
They can't handle that.
Yes. Yeah, that was a really good one. I want to go.
Really do one.
I want to do that one on a Theological Thursday discussion.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's a really good one with Michael Knowles and just the different people he invites on and talks to.
Yeah, for sure.
Which does seem to kind of help, but sometimes, I get misgendered by mistake, so it's just something you gotta roll with, I guess. But the next time you wanna just, roll your eyes over someone posting their preferred pronouns on social media, just remember that we've gone through a lot and we appreciate your support more than you know. I mean, I guess I appreciate you. I mean, kind of, sort of.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Now, let me get this straight. That young fellow we just heard from in the first clip doesn't mind at all when his close friends and family members use he, him pronouns. But if anyone else does it, it sends his brain into a spiral. I'm sorry, but I'm not buying it. And I will continue to roll my eyes at anyone who posts their preferred pronouns on social media. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we have very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this is Linda. Now, Linda is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian or trans lesbian. Now, Linda posted these before and after transition photos, and if we're being honest about it, Linda's transition consisted of nothing more than a comb over and some lipstick.
Hey, Sancho, good to see you.
How are
And
you
obviously, my live has summoned you.
doing? We used your
We're-
input on a lot of this crazy clown world stuff.
Yeah, so we've got Clown World, which is Mike versus everyone. He used to be known as Clown World. So, really, really good creator, really good with what he does. And this first clip here, yeah, I mean, what's the difference? I mean, the hair's combed down, and that's pretty much it.
And they added makeup.
A little bit, yeah.
That's, to me, that's just working in drag. That is
Yep.
transitioning. You know, where it's like we're supposed to give them the same level of respect compared to the people who've gone through hell to like actually look like they fit in, like they're the opposite sex.
But like the ones we were just talking about.
Right. Like,
yeah.
No way. You know, I mean, like the one that was in Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
That was straight up just a guy.
Oh yeah.
That was
and these are the people that are ruining it for the true trans.
Right. I mean, it's like, you know, the guy said it's a privilege, not a right.
Yeah.
And people used to literally put themselves through hell to make themselves possible to be in those spaces. And the rest of the community told them if they were ready or not to be in those spaces.
Yes, exactly. And that's why they need to, more than ever right now, speak up too.
Yeah, true trans.
True trans need to speak up and say that they are not with these people. Say that they do not support it.
Right. I mean, most of the numbers that I do see do say that, but it's like they need to take this up to legislation.
Yes.
Because that's hurting them.
It is. I mean, this is what we think of when we think trans now.
Yeah, right.
Not what they've done, not all the pain and suffering they went through. It's these other people saying, "Oh my God, I went through so much."
Oh, like the last one was saying, it's like, oh, you know, just remember that we've been through a lot, and we appreciate your support. Well, who hasn't been through a lot in this world? If it's not that, it's another thing. If it's not you, then who? If it's not now, then when?
Exactly, and that one was like, "Well, I guess." Yeah, it's like, screw you. Yep. Bitch complex.
But you can't, you can put lipstick on a pig. It's still a pig.
All right, we're going to keep it moving with this young lady who does not know how to have a conversation with Trump supporters. Now, this clip reminds me of something that Dilbert comic strip creator Scott Adams says quite often. It is impossible to have a political conversation with people who still think the news is real. Roll it.
Has anyone figured out how to talk to Trump supporters? Because I genuinely cannot figure out how to just have a fucking conversation. Because, I mean, even if you just tell them, read a newspaper, 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you no. I mean, what do you respond to that? If you don't even want to read the newspaper, then of course we can sit here and argue who's right and who's wrong. But we both know that one person actually has information and one doesn't, because you just admitted to me that you don't read the newspaper or the news or watch the news or whatever, get news from any source.
You ain't got a 4-head, you got a 5-head.
Next up, we have this young lady who thinks that all the black and brown people from around the world should be able to come to the United States. Now, I would be willing to bet she lives in a predominantly white neighborhood, and she would not allow any black and brown immigrants to stay with her while they looked for housing and jobs. Roll it.
Watching what is happening in this country is fucking disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach, and it makes me ashamed to be an American. Hearing about ICE stories about how they're rounding up people who could be walking on the street, they could be a U.S. citizen. They're taking their belongings. They're refusing to answer questions. They have no access to a lawyer, anything. A Canadian was detained. They sent a Venezuelan soccer player who was seeking refugee to El Salvador prison, where taking U.S. citizens, if you're brown or black, like they fooled y'all. They said we're going to get all the illegal immigrants out. No, it's because the White House is full of racists, and they're going to try to get as many black and brown people out of this country as possible because they're worried about that dilution of white people's blood. Like, that's what it is. That's not what this country was founded on. No wonder the French want their fucking Statue of Liberty back. We do not want the huddled masses and the poor. I mean, Republicans. I, on the other hand, believe everyone should have a fair shot at fucking life, liberty, and justice for all.
Come again.
We're taking U.S. citizens if you're brown or black.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Now, I really do wonder where these Democrat and liberal types get their information from, because Pat here thinks that there are still whites-only signs at businesses in the United States. Roll it.
Let me walk into a business and see a fucking whites-only sign. I'm fucking white. I'm about as white as they get. Look at how fucking pale I am, man. And I will use every ounce of that white privilege I've got to absolutely up their day. I will be the biggest that they have ever seen in their life.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
And next up, we have this fellow with the severely dilated pupils saying it's way more American to be a Democrat. But don't Democrats hate this country? Roll it.
It is way more American to be left and Democrat than it will ever be to be a traitorous right-wing MAGA nut. Can't argue it.
You on drugs?
All right, next up we have Hollywood actor Mike Myers, also known as Austin Danger Powers, who is originally from Canada, talking about former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Now, I didn't think there was a single person on the entire planet that was a fan of Trudeau until now. Roll it.
But more recently, Justin Trudeau's fantastic. I am unabashedly, everybody, I am a Justin Trudeau fan. I'm a Pierre Elliott Trudeau fan. I love the eloquence. I love a discussion that isn't just insult and putting on your opponent, but having a philosophy of governance. And Trudeau basically was, we are our brother's keeper, and civility is what we're hoping for. The other one is that the reason you give somebody authority is because they're either just or fair or competent. But in the end, government is there to help you. You know what I mean? It's us.
But have you noticed, as a Canadian and a proud Canadian outside the country, where you just don't expect people to come with any sort of interest about what's going on in your country? Have you noticed people coming up to you and say, "Hey, you're Canadian. What's going on with that Prime Minister?"
Absolutely, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
and I also love. He's really good looking. Yeah. I'm like, yes, he is. We all can do one-handed push-ups.
What the hell did you just say?
I am unabashedly everybody. I am a Justin Trudeau fan.
That means you're gay.
And next up, we have this young lady who uses some backwards, upside-down liberal logic to tell Trump voters not to celebrate the 4th of July.
I just had to say this. Celebrities should not use their knowing all for their knowing all to go on to shows and talk about their political stance.
Yeah, I know. Everybody knows them and use their platform for that, and it's like that's not.
Yeah.
That is not what you're an entertainer.
Yes.
Or you're a football player or whatever. It's like, why do they get to be more outspoken about it than we do just because they have more money?
Just because they're in the spotlight.
Yeah,
they've got that camera already on them and they're using it. That is. Calling the kettle black is what to call these people. These things they say to us, we should have been saying to them.
Exactly.
Let me know if you guys want me to send more evidence on Drive or something. We're going to go over all that Friday.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a special one on Friday, kind of come back around and recap some of the strange sightings that have been going on.
Yes.
Some strange military activity that's been ramping up and everything. So, yeah, we'll gather up all your evidence and get together all the ours and have a good discussion on Friday.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do.
of July. Roll it.
If you voted for this, do not celebrate the 4th of July. Do not celebrate the 4th of July. I know the left has complicated feelings about the 4th of July, and it's like to be so patriotic and celebrate a country that was built on the backs of colonialism and genocide and bigotry. But I say this 4th of July, I say we reclaim patriotism in the name of improving our country and making it great for the first time. Hopefully, if we're ever able to, without completely dismantling the country and building a new one, which I really hope is the way to do it. But if you voted for it, if you voted for this, you do not love this country. You do not love the people in it. You do not deserve to proudly celebrate the country because you're destroying it. It's also, if you're apathetic and haven't said anything about anything that's going on, also you shouldn't celebrate the 4th of July. None of you guys should celebrate the 4th of July. You should feel embarrassed. You should know that we're all looking at you a little funny. Like, I know you guys don't know how to read, but read the room.
You see that? That's a stupid bitch.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, at first, I didn't notice the little camera trick, and I thought that was really her tongue. So as you can imagine, I was a little freaked out. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, many of you know that is my wife's Etsy store, and she's got some fantastic stuff on her website, stuff I use every day, and I swear by it. So if you're looking to take control of your health and maybe get away from some big pharma products, definitely go peruse her store. I will put a link to that in the description box below. And I want to give a big shout out to today's honorable mention, LongWalker's Life, for leaving a super thanks on the last video. So LongWalker's Life, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So once again, today's video sponsor is the
Yes, you heard that right. We, on one of his last ones, we had left a super chat and thank you thing because we use a lot of his videos for, you know, what we do here. So we got that cool little shout out.
Awesome.
Yep, very much so. We've gotten quite a few now from different ones, so that's pretty cool. We're thinking of putting together the different ones that we've gotten for the opening title. Yep. We've had Nicholas for stuff too.
Yeah.
Are we celebrities now? No, you know.
That's right, Nicholas did say it, that's right. So
Yep.
I'm gonna say that just be like
Yep.
Have a cool little intro.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's get on with this one.
the Etsy store Red Clover Fields, with the honorable mention going to LongWalker's Life. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. But I think we've all seen enough of this for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Now, this next clip is just further proof that societal collapse is upon us. Not that we really needed any more proof, but here we have a grown man who not only thinks he's a cat, but he starts eating cat treats fresh out the bag. Roll it.
Okay. Now, I tried the chicken dreamies, and they were very nice. Now I'm going to try salmon. Look, there they are. Salmon dreamies. Now, if I was human, they would probably taste like the bottom of Nemo's fish tank. But I'm going to try them because they're lovely and I'm a cat and cats love dreamies. So let's have a go. Salmon flavoured creamies. Mm. Oh, crunchy bit. Mmm. Lovely inside. Nice and soft. Ow!
This society is a bunch of idiots.
So, this individual, who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman, is going to explain to us the difference between gay and trans. Then he's going to tell us about his wedding tackle and how he uses the ladies' restroom. Roll it.
Weird things I experienced as a trans girl. People not knowing the difference between gay and trans. I don't understand how people don't know the difference, but being gay is when you like the same gender. Being trans is where you have transitioned from your previous gender to your gender now. So me, MTF. Secondly, I always get asked, how big is it? What? Bigger than yours. Which bathrooms do I use? Personally, I use the female bathrooms. Never had an issue with it. And before you come at me, I'm not going to walk into a women's restroom and a woman's going to turn around and say, are you cis? Are you a real woman? Not how it works. All I don't even speak when I go in because I'm scared. Just go in, do my piss, wash my hands, do my makeup, and go out. And the biggest one I always get asked, which you might relate to this trans girlies, why did you choose to be trans? Girl, shut the up.
I did not choose to be trans.
Okay.
What did you say?
People not knowing the difference between gay and trans. I don't understand how people don't know the difference, but being gay is when you like the same gender. Being trans is where you have transitioned from your previous gender to your gender now.
In your circle, I'm sure you got all kinds of gays and trans whatevers of all stripes, but not where I come from.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip from MSNBC of this fella named Eli Nastal, who looks like a human Q-tip, talking about wanting to eliminate all voter registration laws. Of course, it's the only way Democrats can win. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
Okay, so like what?
Well, we could eliminate all voter registration laws. See, when Democrats get in charge, we try to protect voting rights. We don't make voting easier. Now, I'm all for voter eligibility requirements. We might disagree about what those requirements should be, but I'm going to say that there should be an age limit to vote. I might say 16, you might say 18, but I'm not going to say 8. Right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to agree that there should be voter eligibility requirements. But once you're eligible, why do you have to pre-register? Why is that even a thing? It wasn't a thing in this country at the founding. We didn't have voter pre-registration in 1787. We didn't have voter pre-registration in 1821. We only started having voter registration, generally speaking, after the Civil War. Why do you think that is? It's because a bunch of freed African slaves were migrating up north, and all of a sudden New York was like, we need some registration up in here, right? A bunch of immigrants from Europe, mainly Ireland and Italy, were coming to New York. People were like, oh, we need some registration in here. If you're eligible to vote, you should be automatically registered to vote, and that is how they do it everywhere else but us. Everywhere else but us either has automatic registration or some other form of forced registration for everybody, so that you don't have this disconnect between eligible voters and registered voters. That's the first law in the book that we could change. And it's to see how that's different than just saying we have to protect voting rights. No, we don't have to protect voting rights. We have to expand voting rights so that the 90 million people that sat on the couch and sat out this last election between democracy and fascism, so that maybe they have a little bit of an easier time to get up off.
What did you say? What the did you just say?
Well, we could eliminate all voter registration laws.
That's the dumbest thing you could have said. What are you, an idiot?
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on it's black. Anyway.
at least what is going on. Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is really laggy today, and I'm trying to figure out why. We got there's not things open twice. It's just our normal stuff. Nothing's open twice. It's our normal. Let me see here. Down low. Come on. Show me what's down here. Yeah, I don't know. No, no. I didn't before either though when it's open stuff. So. I know. Okay. I have a note written down from the honey badgers, and they said something about men have lives so convertible for women. I bring this up. It's not to point out these women, but it's these people. Yeah.
It's the sense of entitlement.
It is.
You know, it's kind of like the child made by choice people as well. Like they think that they can just come and use the resources and not get anything back. I mean, like I said, they don't have to have children, but it's a general
Exactly.
attitude. It's like, why should I want to be happy. I want my life to be about me. Your life should be spent serving something bigger than yourself.
It should, yes, for sure.
Yeah, children is just the easiest way to do that. That you could do something for the environment, you could do something for animals, you could do something to make an impact. But they just come and use and complain and nature and nature.
Yeah.
You know, that's what
It is. These people in general are living proof of them living comfortable lives. Our ancestors paved the way for these creepos.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
So it's like they did all of this work and put in this to sit there and be so entitled.
Yeah.
And it's like none of us is entitled to this life. It's like
No, you have to work for it. And I mean, the biggest ones, and we talked about this over and over, the biggest ones are the Irish coming here.
One of the biggest, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, I mean, there's been subsections of humans all throughout history.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like here, moving here though.
Into the States.
Yeah.
The Irish might do somehow. Yeah, for sure.
She can barely hear you. Here, let me mic up a little bit. But
yeah, my voice is kind of going out too, so it's like, I don't know. Probably can't hear me because of that.
It could be too, yes. Okay. I'm a golden cringed so hard and was repulsed by the people who vandalized themselves. I feel bad for the good humans like you, LongWalker's family.
You know, barely human.
Yep.
It's like as a whole, I don't like to be classified as human because.
No, because humans are purely wrecking this planet.
They just consume. They're consumers.
Yes.
And it's another argument again from the child free by choice people. They're like, why would I want to make another consumer for the planet? Well, don't.
Yeah, don't. Change it. And it's like that whole child free just irks me so much because it's like the very basic core principle for what we are is to reproduce.
Right.
Is to go ahead and make it so that our race goes on. And they'll be like, well, okay, just me doing that isn't going to change anything. Just me. But that's the problem. It's gaining so much ground that there's so many.
Right. There's like a good 25 to 33% of the population that either cannot or is unwilling to have children.
Yes.
So that means as we stand now, you're supposed to have 2.1 children per person to facilitate replenishing the race, right? So again, if you have those people, a good quarter of them opting out, then all of a sudden the rest of us have to make up for, have to do 6. All the good people have to do like 6 children to make up for that.
Yes.
And like I said, it isn't about their choice of not wanting to have children. If they're called to do something else, then so be it. But for some reason, they all have this really entitled attitude. Like, I'm just going to come here and live, and then I'm going to leave.
Yes,
and I got
exactly.
a bunch of comments on here that from people that are like literally just doing that.
And yeah.
Like,
and
damn it.
If you don't want to have kids, there's always adoption. There's always, taking care and helping other families with kids.
Right. Well, I have thing here for you to react to. It's actually part of the compilation that we were working on. And it said just that. They said, stop offering up adoption as a solution to my childless position. If I wanted children, I would find a way to have it. I don't want any children. And it's like, damn, shit, that's like rough.
That is,
like,
for sure.
Okay, so and then it's like, what are you doing for the animals? Well, I'm not doing anything for the animals either. I have a dog, I have a pet. That's not doing anything long term to help facilitate like knowledge of how to take care of the environment or facilitate wildlife balance or anything.
Exactly.
So what good are you then? It's like I judge very harshly on
Yes,
this.
you have to find your place on this earth.
You can't just come here and use and then leave nothing. You have to give something back.
But see, that's the new human way. It's I'm going to take, and that is it.
Yeah. And they talk about Christians saying that. They say that Christians always act like this world is just for them to use and then leave. I'm like, yeah, but they still have a better moral center, knowing that this is a gift that's been given and it needs to be taken care of.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
It drives me crazy.
I know. I think it drives all of us crazy.
Trump, on the other hand, refuses to kill himself and makes him significantly worse. Now we're in.
Welcome to Liberals Crying for 3 straight minutes. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters because truth conquers. But if you think you're going to conquer anything without being strong, you would be
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to stop really fast and say that this is another one of our really good. We like this guy as far as it goes. He's really patriotic, but he does really good content.
He's very funny.
He's made fun of the transgender, like not the transgenders, but just the ideation of it. And he's done some really good skits. He's worked with Brett Cooper on a couple of skits.
Like the first time I saw him was like 8 or 9 years ago. It was actually on the AOL homepage.
Wow.
And I saw this little video from this guy, and it was like he was just so funny. And then to find him again all these years later,
I know.
I was like, oh shit, he's still around. That's cool.
And he's very naturalist. Like you'll see a lot of his stuff that he promotes. It's all very good. And I mean, we would try it.
Oh yeah.
If we ever have the chance to.
Yeah, he has like a beef liver supplement
that he was just showing right now.
Yeah, from Shrek. Yes, I love it. It's true.
That's funny.
I've been getting a bunch of different clips like from Shrek and everything to put into our videos. Little like I'm gonna grab that one. That one's a good one too.
Like an onion?
Did that one too? No, not like an onion.
All right, let's get back to JP.
be mistaken. That's why I take ancestral supplements, grass-fed beef liver on a daily basis so I can be stronger in my mind and body, makes my metabolism fast, energy high, cravings for crap absolutely low. Get yours at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts, and for 15% off, use the discount code JPReacts. Let's get into it. Topic at hand. Is there anything better than liberal tears that are based on emotional reaction and have no basis in reality? Rather, it's based on whatever, Trump derangement syndrome, Elon derangement syndrome. So it's based on their imagination, and you see this theatrical reaction that their physiology is so involved in that they actually cry. I don't know of anything better. Maybe a baby being born, and maybe not even that. So welcome to watching liberals cry for 3 straight minutes. We're going to see that. It's going to be great. We're going to learn a lot, ladies and gentlemen, because the way to make America better isn't by having nuanced discussion. It's not by having a good point. It's not through open debate. And it sure as hell isn't about listening to the other side. It's about abandoning your prefrontal cortex, your left brain, all logic, all rationality, preferably all reality, and letting your emotions do the talking. This is how we make America better. It's how we get our point across. I mean, if you're trying to be heard and understood with words, that ain't going to happen. But if you can use emotions, preferably the more rageful, the better, that even if you're trying to express logical thought, nobody can understand it. It's just all distorted through your emotional rage. That's how we communicate. Nobody teaches us better than crying liberals.
Not over. It's not over.
You already feel that you can understand his, her, they's point better. That's not even a sentence. It's not over.
Not over. It's not over.
But you get the emotion of it. It's like a strong, compelling, intimidating, rageful, unhinged, no mental stability emotion. It's like, yes, I get it. Yes. And by the way, thank you for putting this on TikTok so that other people can be inspired to adopt this effective communication style. Preferably, could you repeat the same thing over and over again?
It's not over until I say so. We're not over.
Got to get a freeze frame on the face. There's so much emotion here.
We're not over because, for me, it's not over. This is just the beginning.
My immigrant mother just called me on the phone, innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport.
It's a great innocent question. And please take note, if you're having genuine tears come out, it's one thing to have rage. The tears are harder to theatrically produce, but if they come, why wouldn't you take out your phone and film yourself for TikTok? Like, are you just going to let these tears go to waste and not use them for sympathy points, not use them to elevate your victim status? It's like, don't you have any ambition? You're crying. You're in a time of need where you should be processing your emotions. So get your damn phone out so everybody else can see you do it.
In case they start doing mass deportations to prove that she's a citizen.
I love it. I love it. Crying about her immigrant mother calling to ask if she should carry her passport, presumably because she's afraid of being deported. Then you get the punchline, oh, she's actually a citizen. So victim status points to her. If 10 is the most you can get, probably 8 would be awarded to her because, one, this isn't about her, it's about her mom. And her mom, being a citizen, isn't at risk of being deported. But her mom had a question, should I carry my passport? You can see how nothing to do with her, no risk for her mother. That's a lot of creativity and imagination. So that's 8 points. She could have done more. 2 points left on the table. But still, that's a solid B.
Because you'll know if she said and did the exact same things that she did say and do. And the only difference about her was that she was a white man.
Now, right away, we know she's talking about Kamala because her sentence structure is that of Kamala's. If she said and did the exact things she said and did, okay, are we doing word salad circles? That's what we're doing? Why? Because you're talking about your hero. Great. But if she was a white man, what?
She would have gotten elected. But this country will do anything to prevent a woman of color from being.
Yep. This country, fact check true. This country absolutely does everything to prevent a woman of color from being in power. Was she the vice president? Okay, so second highest position of power. They've done anything to prevent that. And then she's running for president. Did she have a primary? No. So this country won't even just let the country decide. This country, at least half of it, promotes a woman of color only because she's a woman of color. No primary, takes out the old white guy to promote a woman of color. Spot.
Man's name
who voted for Donald Trump.
That sounds like a great way for a lot of men to get dates with a lot of wonderful women.
Because if he voted against our reproductive rights, why should he ever go on a date or get laid? Again.
That's a good question. And who's pro reproduction, then those would be ideal men. And if they voted for Trump, I guarantee they're going to have much more fertility, sperm counts. I mean, they'll actually still have the part of their
All right, now, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's really laggy. I don't know what's going on today. Yeah, something's up. Solar flares, blame on solar flares. Okay. Now with this, it's like there's so much going on with this, and it's like these people are absolutely ridiculous. The whole Kamala, and because she's of color.
And it's a white woman. It says this stuff.
Yeah, white woman every single time. It is the thing.
I do believe they call that virtue signaling, because it's like, look at me, I'm gay. I call it the white savior complex.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what it is with that, but every time you see somebody rallying for something like that, they're like pasty as hell.
I know, they are.
And very clearly upper class suburban people. So it's like, I guess they have such a lack of challenge in their own lives that they have to, like, help other people. I don't know. But it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back into this. Like I said, JP, he's great with what he does. So he says all the comedy that's needed. What? Did we crash?
If you're looking for a reason, that would be the reason, lady. You're so anti-babies being born that you don't even want to reproduce. Correct. Don't go on a date with a guy who voted for Trump because he's someone who kind of like believes in life and we can reproduce. That's a good thing. We're not burdening the world. Is that a baby? No, that's a carbon footprint. Why was it even born? We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, the countdown is on before the new administration exposes the whole pandemic. Most of us know that a lot of people's health was negatively impacted by global coercion. Whether it's severe side effects or long COVID, there's a natural solution formulated by Dr. Peter McCullough and the Wellness Company. And they just leveled up their original Spike Detox formula for $30 less. Introducing the 3-in-1 Ultimate Spike Detox. 4 times more nattokinase, 500 milligrams of bromelain, and 500 milligrams of turmeric root extract, all conveniently in one capsule. Nattokinase is an enzyme researched for its anti-clotting effects. Wonder why people might need that? Take that, spike protein. And along with bromelain and curcumin, it provides a potent blend for detoxification and cellular support. Ultimate Spike Detox is backed by research, offering effective support for your cell's natural repair and recovery. Experience the only formula used and approved by Dr. Peter McCullough, a top freedom-fighting doctor who risked it all. Before it's too late, get Ultimate Spike Detox at twc.health/JPReacts and use code JPReacts for 15% off plus free shipping. That's code JPReacts. Now back to the video.
I'm a liberal. It's hard work.
We could tell.
It sucks. You have to read. You have to
I bet it does suck.
think. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be a conservative and just be stupid and make up stuff and believe whatever you hear? And
I love that. A blonde lady, we're not stereotyping, we're observing here. A blonde lady who talks like this is wondering what it would be like to be stupid.
just go about life, la la la, just dumb. Must be nice.
It's pretty good.
I've been trying to decide how I feel this morning.
Let me guess. Is it angry?
And here's where I've landed.
How I feel.
I have a transgender child.
Congrats. Thank you for announcing that. How many? I mean, of course, we're on TikTok here, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't convert my child to trans for you to not know. So I'm here to tell you how I feel. P.S. I have a transgender child. All right, now let's get back to me. I have a transgender child. So I was wondering this. I have a transgender child. Have I told you in the last 3 seconds I have a transgender child? Okay, do you know what that means about me? Means I'm pretty awesome, okay?
Another one in the military. They both possess a uterus.
Nice. I wonder what gender her transgender child is, the one with the uterus. I hope we find out.
To say that I am disappointed in the 71 million people who voted.
And these 71 million people that voted for Trump. We have so much invested in what she says about us. Please tell us about us. I will 100% alter how I think about myself based on oversized sunglass, angry lady with a transgender child.
For Trump last night would be an understatement.
Mm.
What I'm actually feeling is rage. Pure, unadulterated, unbridled rage.
Pure.
So if you are someone who voted for Donald Trump, let me just say, with as much disrespect as I possibly can, you.
Man, and I wonder why these Trump voters don't want to be like her. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm full of rage. I have no respect for you. F you. Why don't more people want to be like me? It doesn't make any sense here. They both have uteruses. My son and daughter have uteruses. What's the plural of uterus? Is it uteri? I don't know. There's 2 uteruses amongst them. Why don't people want to be like me? I'm even going out of my way to make my rage public. I'm going out of my way to express to the world that how other people behave makes me rageful. That's how strong and stable I am mentally. How I feel is always determined on what other people are doing. Now, here's the thing. If 100% of people in this country would just act like the way I want them to act, then I could be happy. But until that happens, I'm going to be rageful. That's how strong of a person I am. Why don't more people want to be like me? Join my party of this is what we do. I don't get it. Now, I think we've had a lot to learn from those folks we've just seen. I think there's someone that even thems that we just watched can learn from. And that's, of course, Cassidy Campbell. He's a conservative. He does these videos. Oftentimes he's going to city council meetings as a liberal. And here's the funny, like the most liberal you can find. The funny thing is, I guarantee there's liberals that come across his videos on the internet. They don't know that he's mocking them. They're just watching him act like an exaggerated lunatic. And they're like, that guy has a good point. I like that. I am inspired by that guy. Thank you, that guy, for your bravery. So because he does it better than even they do, let's take a look at Cassidy Campbell speaking at a city council meeting. Screech.
Now we're in war with Ukraine and Russia. If we had a nuclear war, it would be worth it if I could just save my life.
A nuclear war, we're supporting Ukraine and Russia. What a nuclear war would be worth it if we could just save one life.
What? Living in a world where people and selfish studies do nothing racist, transphobic, xenophobic, misogynistic things, where people actually supported democracy and took on their social responsibility. The only way to fight for our democracy is to get vaccinated while supporting Ukraine in the fight, and that is your social responsibility. Everybody.
And you can actually watch him compare compared to some of these others, and you're like, well, he's actually not exaggerating them, he's just mimicking them. That's the scary part. It's also the hilarious part. Let me know what you thought of these liberals crying for 3 straight minutes in the comments below, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, stay mentally sane.
All right. Yes, I love his work, JP's work, and that one guy would be worth checking out too.
Yeah,
that comedian.
He goes, I mean, he's ballsy. He goes to city council meetings and stuff, and just like furries or
Yes.
whatever. It's funny. He's really ballsy, really bold. Not sure how to
Yep.
comments.
He said, "Okay, I'm back to add light to the situation. I finally got rid of the chicken that kept harassing me in my graveyard. The rooster freaking loved my graveyard." Yeah, the left winger in general, they speak in a language that's similar to cultists. Yes, they do.
Or people who constantly indoctrinate for the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like you read those books, like 1984, and
Yeah.
what it was is the most ultimate law was to make people disbelieve what they were seeing with their own eyes, and that's literally what's happening. It's
Yeah.
gaslighting to the extreme. That's not what that means. That's not what's happening here. Weird stuff.
Well, it's like I've said a couple of times before. I called it before about the whole thing. You know, I'm like, pedophiles are going to identify as children.
Yeah.
And be able to be with children, and you're like, no, that's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's like,
there's
there's
no
gotta
way.
be a line to be drawn. I'm like, biology still holds up in court.
And then
it didn't. Biology no longer held up in court, and
Yep.
started getting these people. Remember, they're not pedophiles; they're minor attracted people, and it's all a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
And there's a whole subgroup of people. I can't even look at them. But they say that they're suffering from quote unquote age regression, right? But
Yeah.
then they're like engaging in age play stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
you're not, you're just a sick pedophile. That's it.
Ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Ridiculous. Am I insane?
That's what you're saying since the beginning.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying it's
You're
my.
catchphrase.
We're gonna put it on shirts
Put it on a shirt.
and sell it. All right, we're going on to Bo now. Bo Diddle. Yep, he's very good too. You know, he goes and he asks the tough questions, and
He's a little bit of a troll. He kind of trolls people a little bit, but in a good way.
yeah, I mean, if they
He's still
tell him to
respectful.
if they tell him to stop, he goes away.
Yeah.
He's not one that'll just harass.
Yeah, and he's part of a whole group called Turning Point USA.
Yeah.
They have a whole bunch of different content creators. I think even Officer PM is part of them, and they go around and do this sort of stuff. I don't know if Liberty is.
I don't think Liberty is, but I was gonna say, there's Liberty too. Liberty
similar.
Hangout.
Yeah, she's kind of similar.
And yeah, she's good. She just goes and they just ask the question.
On,
Simple.
On this one, like I said, there's two that he has that have like a really similar title.
And we have them both, but this is the longer one. I think that the other one's just a shortened version.
I think so. I think
of
it's
this
just like
one.
the recap of it, like the best part of it. So if that's the case, we'll just skip it and move on to the last one.
Yeah.
We are at
An hour.
An hour.
Alrighty.
What makes today so special?
Right-wing troll, everything you say goes straight to Russia.
A woman is an incubator for man's seed? Don't look now, she's right behind you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Today we're in New York City. at the Women's March, WOMXN March. And there's like 500 people here. We got some crazy people here. And we're going to do what we always do, just ask simple questions. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get 4,000 likes on this video. And most importantly, make sure you guys subscribe. 75% of you guys watching this video don't subscribe, so make sure you subscribe. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video. Let's get into it. Well, we're at the Women's March. What makes today so important to be out here?
One, I'm a woman. Two, they're coming after our rights. So we need to be fighting back. I'm not going to roll over and let them think that they can strip people of the rights that they've already fought for. We're not going back. We're not. No.
Okay.
I won't.
And what are conservatives doing to come for women's rights?
Well, one, abortions and just, bodily autonomy. Why can't we have our own bodies? Two, they really seem to be interested in us breeding and being breeding stock for them. And most of those guys are repulsive. And that's why they don't have wives and why they don't have sex.
Last few things. How important are stats and facts to the people here at the Women's March and liberals in general?
Real facts and statistics are important. That's why we have scientists. That's why we have doctors. That's why we have all of these things. These people are, the ones that have the knowledge. So why are you silencing everybody that has the actual knowledge? We're not going to go with your draconian biblical views of what you think is real. Like, I want real evidence-based facts. We can't just make crap up anymore.
All right. Well, last question for you. What is a woman?
What is a woman?
Okay, be careful, be careful.
I know.
This guy's a troll.
I'm not a troll. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, he's a right-wing troll. I would cut you off.
Okay, I'm going to follow your advice because I respect women.
What is a woman?
Yeah.
You said you respect women. What is a woman?
That's what they do.
Why can you not just simply answer what a woman is?
Oh, yeah. See how they turn? He's all nice. He's all insidious. Yeah. No, it's
You
good.
shut down my interview.
Who's the?
You shut down my interview. I just want to know what a woman
Who's
is.
the guy with Kim Kardashian? Because he got to be a
He's
woman
so-
and
So Kanye's a woman? Is that what you're saying?
Kanye's a.
Well, I respect women. And I just wanted to make sure.
Right-wing trolls, stay away. Right-wing trolls, stay away.
I'm not a troll. I just want to know what a woman is.
At least let me smile.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Do it again. Yeah, it's very nice.
Can we have a selfie with me smiling? Can we have a quick selfie?
Do you want to get together? You want to do it together?
Yeah, sure.
There we go. One of your best friends.
Do you want us to kiss? All right, well, I'm going to keep asking questions, okay? If you want to come around, you can. Alrighty, well, you have a great day, okay?
You too.
I have a feeling I'm going to keep seeing you.
You bet.
You bet? You betcha. Do you know what a woman is?
Feed the right-wing troll, please.
I'm not a troll. My name's Boo. Can I ask you what a woman
Feed the
is?
right-wing troll, please.
What is a woman? What is a
Do
woman?
not feed the right-wing troll, please.
I'm just asking what a woman is.
Right-wing troll, do not.
Well, Gabe, the over/under was
Do
severely
not feed the.
wrong. It did not last an hour. It lasted about 25 minutes. So the over/under was how long would it take? And I saw her right there. She was listening in, and as soon as I asked what a woman is, it's just like that. They just can't take. They can't take the hardest question in the world. It takes a brain surge. And do you guys?
Do not feed the right-wing troll.
Do you guys know what a woman is?
Do not feed the right-wing troll.
To do with the time for a women's march.
Yeah.
You know,
This is all nonsense. I mean, this woman, don't feed the right-wing troll. Blocking and getting in the way. She was actually touching him, so he could get her on that.
yeah.
Because she goes in between him and the person he's asking, and she's like,
I know, and it's like this is supposed to be a women's march, supposed to be women's, rights or whatever, and it's like
Yeah.
literally the only thing they can come up with is like how much easier it should be to kill their unborn children.
yeah.
You know.
They support abortion because, oh my God, that's a woman's right. A woman should have that right. No. Murder is not a right.
No. I mean, and like
because their biggest thing is, well, what if the woman, what if the woman has a medical issue that is needed? Then that is not an abortion.
Yeah, then you have medical coverage that is protected in all 50 states.
Yes.
So they're foolish. And
well, exactly. And I mean, an abortion is like the Planned Parenthood, which is not needed at any level. Because I mean, I've even seen some really good ones from, I don't remember who we watched that said it, but they talk about how with the abortions now, there is no medical necessity to an abortion. They say because now you can have the child early, and yes, the child might die, but you're still having that chance of being able to save the baby.
I feel that it's a viable thing if it can survive without intervention. To have intervention to me is kind of like on the borderline of playing God as well.
Yeah.
But at least it's still a preferable thing. The other thing is again, these are supposed to be women, and they have these disgusting signs. Like, there's nothing feminine about these people.
No, it's
at all.
Not at all.
They're loud. They're obnoxious. They're freaking gross. It's like I like we were talking about Andrew Tate this morning.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever goes out and tries to talk to these kinds of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would be hilarious. That would be.
Yeah, I would love to see that content.
Because he's a self-proclaimed misogynist, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he doesn't tolerate women anyway, and I would love to see how he would handle something like this.
Yes, I would too.
They'd probably honestly freaking stone him and kill him, man.
Probably.
Because
But I mean, these women, all they want is to be able to get up in people's faces
they're not feminine.
and yell and scream.
They're not women, really.
No.
At all. So it's like you're at the Women's March, and this is what you're facilitating. And I knew it. They were going to say, not going back. Not going back.
Yeah, and it's like going back to, like you have always said, going back to what? What are women going to go back to?
And they give me like the archetype of, the 50s housewife that was completely oppressed and didn't have any rights. And they talk about, like, well, we all fought for the right to vote. I'm like, no. There was a handful of women that fought for a right to vote. The rest of them were just fine with the way things were, so
yes.
You can't say that. And we wrote, they fought for the right to choose if they could vote or not. They want to talk about pro-choice, but you're not allowed to choose if you vote or not. If you don't vote, you're the problem. You know how many times I have, read these TikToks that are, for me, them pointing the finger at me, saying you're the problem because you're a woman and you don't support this. It's
exactly.
Constantly being attacked.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just don't even look at them. It's like, I'm not the problem.
No, I very well.
Yeah, I know.
For other women that are, insecure and...
I know.
It's like
and that's what I'm just saying, in a generalization.
It's like, know yourself and
yes.
know that they're completely the problem. It's not right.
Exactly. All right, back to Boo.
Oh, please do not feed the right-wing troll.
She sounds so proper. I like your hats. Look at her hat. Zoom in on that one. Look at that. How's it going, man?
Don't feed the trolls, folks.
How's it going, man?
Don't feed the trolls.
Well, you're feeding me right now.
Great. Thank
How's
you.
it going?
How's it going?
You want to talk?
Don't feed the trolls.
Do you want to talk?
Don't feed the trolls.
What makes today so special to be out here?
Don't feed the trolls, folks.
What makes today so special to be out here?
Don't feed the
What makes today so special to be out here? I love your hats.
The right-wing trolls. Do not feed the right-wing trolls. Thank you very much.
We're not right wing. We're not right wing.
Do not engage.
Don't feed the trolls.
Do not engage.
Don't feed the trolls.
We're not right wing.
Thank you.
I identify as a woman. Don't look now. She's right behind you. Excuse me. Question of a lifetime. How important are women's rights? Damn it! You got good speed. I tried. Excuse me?
Please do not feed the right-wing trolls.
Excuse me?
Please do not feed the right-wing troll. Do not feed the right-wing troll.
She's like thrusting into me. I just wanted to ask a few quick questions.
The right-wing troll.
How would you define what a woman is? Huh? I couldn't hear it. One more time, please. That's how you would define what a woman is?
No, that's how I define you, my dear.
But you can't define me by slurring me. You know, this is kind of harassment. She's like thrusting into me right now. Guys, if the title is I was harassed at the Women's March, that's not clickbait, because right now she's kind of, you know. How important is
It's really funny because I would just make it very uncomfortable for her. Just, you know, just keep saying she's touching me, you know, and just keep saying this stuff. And I mean, she'll leave eventually. I know there's another guy too. Well, make it even more uncomfortable for him.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to do that, they want to stay right by him the whole time.
Yeah.
It's free game. The movement that they are conducting are on extension for their behavior, crazy, ridiculous, and
They're
spoiled.
very intense.
Yes,
Really crazy stuff.
that guy's probably not even right wing. When a leftist calls you that, that means you are normal.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bo's cool.
Yeah.
Bo does a lot of content, and as we said, he's with Turning House.
Turning Point.
Turning Point.
Turning Point.
Yeah.
USA, which is in fact a right wing social media group.
It's
but
with what's his name, Charlie.
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. Yeah.
Yeah. But so they are what I guess you could quote unquote consider right wing, but they are not extremists.
No, and to me,
So
they are
normal.
very normal.
Yeah, really down to earth. I mean, Charlie Kirk has the one, changed my mind. You know, that little thing that he does, and that those are always good discussions.
Yes,
And
exactly.
nobody has changed his mind. So
No, and it's really hard to do, and it's like these people have no game
no.
with
very-
what they try to
right.
come with. It's like, are you kidding me?
Very limited type of thinking. They
Yeah.
have a few facts that they looked up on Google, and it was within their echo chamber, and nothing real to back it up, and it doesn't go very deep.
Exactly.
Whereas people like them and like us, we actually do our research.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about, and won't open our mouth otherwise.
Yep.
Was it one of Liberty's when that woman was sitting there holding the signs, and she's asking, "Well, what does this mean? What does that mean?" She's like, "I don't know. My friend made the signs. I'm just here. You're here representing something.
Yeah, you better know.
know what you're representing. Exactly.
Or you're a disgrace. Flat out.
It's like as if you don't have any right opening your mouth about something like
Arguing sucks either way. Yes, it does. I agree with that.
that. Yeah.
Important is it to be out here today?
Right-wing troll. Thank you
I think it's very important. I mean, people have to show resistance to what's happening here because there's a lot of rights being curtailed. What are your views?
I'm just asking questions. She's blocking every one more since you're like the only one willing to talk. So she just continues following me around and blocking every move I do. This girl, she's the new Karen. Are you just gonna stand here? This is awkward. It's just 3 people standing. This really is what you have to do for the day, is just follow me around. This is just getting repetitive at this point. Are you out here supporting?
Engage with the right-wing troll, please.
Are you out here
Do not
supporting?
engage, please, in solidarity, not engage with the right-wing troll. Thank you.
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
Even that is
Donald
feeding
Trump
him.
has got to go.
Even that is feeding him.
Dude, this energy.
Take all his
Yeah.
God awful.
It's funny because she's even shutting down this. She says even this is feeding the troll. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Feed the right-wing troll. Please do not feed the right-wing.
Oh, thank you.
Do not engage.
Do you stand with Ukraine?
Okay. We were just talking, and it's like this is what these people decide to do with their time as far as what they can discuss and what they can get out there.
There is legitimate complaints that I have. Like if I was going to a women's march or an event or whatever, there's like legitimate things that I can say, like from my perspective, that they could be talking about. Most notably healthcare, real healthcare. You know, not abortions, but like legitimate healthcare. We are not treated very well in the healthcare system.
No.
Like automatically, like women are given less pain medication. The IUD insertions alone, they don't even get pain medication.
And they've proven that they should.
Yeah, now they're starting to come around to it, and they even give people fentanyl now. That's how bad it is sometimes, and it's like that's like one of the we get like automatically get less pain medication for certain procedures. You know, the mental health stuff is always on the back burner. You know, they overprescribe anti-anxieties and antidepressants to us.
And then there is the birth plans in general.
Right, when you go to the hospital, when you go to the hospital, you should be able to have a birth plan, but no, it's the same thing every time. If you're taking too long, it's like I think they give you a minimum, they give you like 3 hours.
Yes.
To be in there, and if you're not progressing, they give you the Pitocin. They try to induce it, and if it's not coming, they lie to you and then make you have a cesarean.
Because they want their money.
Yeah.
That's going to get them the money. That's what it comes down to.
So yeah, these are the things that I would be bringing up if I was at a women's march, if I was like rallying for quote unquote women's rights or whatever. Not bitching about Donald Trump, not bitching about Elon Musk, not bitching about Ukraine or Gaza or any place that I'm ever gonna go to. You know, like things that actually
bring up reality.
Things that actually affect us.
Yes.
It's like I said, I think we're overprescribed anti-anxieties, underprescribed pain medication and treatment. You know, it's like it's so lopsided.
It is. It's terrible.
But they're talking about this kind of crap in abortions.
You know? It's like, oh, women should be allowed to murder their newborns, you know, their kids that are in their stomach, even though that sells.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. We
That's
don't call
thing.
it.
That's like the main thing,
Yeah. And that's what they're going to bring up. That, well, even if a woman just doesn't want it, she should be allowed to say, I don't want it, and get rid of it.
Right, that's the other thing. It's like access to quote-unquote birth control and all this. And it's like, well, what do you mean? I mean, you have access to it through a regular doctor. Again, you don't need Planned Parenthood for that.
Yeah.
And there's like a million of things that I can think of that you could be doing with
Yeah.
at this place. But no, they're going to focus on politics and shit that doesn't even affect them.
Exactly. Because somebody said, oh, let's do this. Yep. And they're like, yes, we'll be right there with you.
It's the money. And
Yeah.
it's like they talk about being feminist and like being independent of men, but they fell right into the men's like traps.
Yeah, they did.
It was men that kind of like came up with this because they want more women in the workforce. They want more women to be paying taxes, you know, and they
do.
Right into that. And here we are.
It's ridiculous.
It is. It makes me so mad.
You bet.
How much?
A lot.
And what's your thoughts on the $66 billion that have gone to Ukraine?
Please do not feed the right-wing troll. Just don't. Left your signs. Thank you. Thank you.
What's your thoughts on the $66 billion that went to Ukraine? It's crazy. Do you think Elon Musk is a felon?
Please do not feed the right-wing troll. Everything you say goes straight to Russia.
What rights do LGBTQ plus not have?
Troll, please do not feed the right-wing troll. Everything you say goes straight to Russia.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. Please do not feed the right-wing troll. Everything
Oh,
you
is
say
that what
goes
they are?
straight
Okay,
to
I'm gonna trust you.
No.
I'll trust you on this.
Let's just have a civil conversation.
I'll trust you on this.
Let's just have a civil conversation. Believe in truth. How many genders are there?
Do not feed the right-wing troll. Everything you say goes straight to Russia.
You believe in truth. How many genders are there?
Don't engage. Please don't engage. Everything you say goes straight to Russia.
2, 1, 100, infinite. Truth goes out the window. What is a
I don't
woman?
want to talk to this guy who's just a right-wing troll and everything.
I'm just asking questions.
It's up to you, but thank you so much. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank y'all for being out here.
What is a woman? If you were to guess how many genders are there, how many would you say? If you were to do a quick gender count, how many genders are there? Do you support free speech?
Do not engage. Every word you say goes straight to Russia. He's a right-wing troll. Please do not engage.
Do you think that she's supporting free speech right now?
She's fine. Don't
Yeah. She's fine?
Don't feed him anything.
She's woman-splaining right now. You know, what happened to COVID and 6 feet apart? Because she's just thrusting into me the entire time. Do you support free speech?
All right, please do not engage with the right-wing troll. Every word you say goes straight to Russia.
Do you support free speech? Do you support free speech?
Of course.
Do you think that this is what free speech looks like?
I think it's one of the things that free speech.
Do you support free speech?
Do not engage. Every word you say goes straight to Russia.
She's so confused. You should have saw the look on her face. She was like, what the heck just happened? What does that mean exactly?
We need another person over here too.
Okay.
Right the other side.
Over there. Let's go.
All right.
Excuse me.
You're gonna take it from here.
We're following.
People united will never be defeated.
You're doing a great job. How's it going, guys? This thing's a sale. Get Cole. Cole, this guy will absolutely give you a soundbite. What's on that? What is a woman?
Can I have space? You got some space?
I'm sorry.
What's going on here?
Yeah,
what is a woman?
What's a woman? Yo, can I talk? Yo, you right in my grill. Can I talk to you? Can you get the phone in my face? Yo, why you got a phone right in my face? Back up. Yo, arm distance. Back up. Back up.
A woman is an incubator for man's seed?
Like, what's
I have to ask you, how was it beating the dude's ass at Tesla?
Oh, that was pretty nice. Thank you, man. He gave him my ass whooping. You heard? He gave him my ass whooping.
How many genders are there?
Two. Men and women.
Why do you think they're
better gender? Instead of curiosity, Cole.
Why do you think all of these people are of the belief that there's 1,000 infinite genders?
Because they're fucking retarded. And mentally ill. I told you he's spitting fire today.
He is.
Why is he so close to me? Yo, can you move up? United.
Don't feed the trolls, right? You're feeding the trolls.
He's behaving like one of his hosts.
Alright, so we got the second video then. When he said come back for part 2, we have it, never found it, so we're gonna go on to that one here in a minute. That is awesome.
It's like that lady is going around saying, don't feed the troll, but she like stuff and she made the whole freaking episode.
Yeah,
Like
she did.
She was the content.
Yes.
Like, you don't think that's not gonna get a bunch of views? That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
You know?
and he finally, at the end there, found people to help him.
Yeah.
And to fight back against her. Finally, to give an example of how evil and counterproductive their movement is, even the
Suffragettes, I think.
suffragette movement, like, got to the right vote. Nothing has changed since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Exactly.
Like I said, it was a loud few that decided that this is what that they needed, and it just it started a whole thing, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
first
did.
wave feminism, which made sense. It's like, okay, equal rights, equal pay. Okay, that makes sense. And then from there, it's just like it has tanked. It's gone downhill so bad.
I know.
And it's like, how do we? I mean, they said, well, we want you to choose if you want to be a housewife or a working woman. To, oh, that's horrible that you're just a housewife. I can't.
I know.
Why would that you're so oppressed? That's horrible.
Why would you want that?
You know, you better not, because that's just feeding into the patriarchy.
But no, they're feeding into the patriarchy because they are now masculine.
Yeah.
They've masculized themselves
And
to the point of
I guarantee that there's a man behind every single one of their little movements collecting a paycheck.
yeah,
You know,
and they're allowing it.
it's like these idiots on OnlyFans that say, "I make my own money. I don't need no man." Who's your client base?
Who's your daddy?
And who is running the freaking program?
Who's your daddy?
You know what I mean? Though?
Yes, I do. But I mean that's exactly it though. You know, it's all guys.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a couple women. You don't know.
No, but I think if I looked it up, I think if I looked it up, it was the CEO of like OnlyFans was in fact
A guy?
a guy.
I don't doubt that at all.
So,
Yeah.
You know, so obviously you do, because they're the ones that on the platform.
Well, yeah, not just that though. I
And
mean,
the
the,
client
the
base.
guys are the ones paying.
Exactly. That's what I mean by
Yeah,
client base. You know,
yeah.
Who is your customer?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was saying maybe women too. I don't know. I mean, some might be into that.
I'm sure I have back in the day, but it's like, you know, 90% or more is going to be male.
Yes, exactly. Throughout my life and experience as an on and off manosphere, you're right. I noticed that women's go-to tactic is shaming.
Yeah.
It's evident that that's how they've been getting their way. Yes.
Yeah, you start off with a little girl that throws a temper tantrum and gets her way, and it never ends.
Yes, it just goes on, and they
That's how
get
they grow up.
more elaborate. You know.
Elaborate.
Yeah.
And louder, more intentional. And one of the first things that they seem to go to is either you got little dick energy or you're gay. You
Yeah.
must be gay. You know, those are the
Exactly.
two main go-tos. And yeah, shaming tactics. And so as long as you've got a thick skin and don't let that stuff get to you, there's no way they can win.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna do the second part, which is like 7 minutes, and then that's probably it for tonight, right?
Yeah.
Because we're already at like an hour and a half. So
Yeah, sounds good. It's gonna
What makes today so special?
Right-wing troll, everything you say goes straight to Russia.
A woman is an incubator for man's seed? Don't look now, she's right behind you.
We're not going back. We're not going back.
You're with her? Which one?
Which one? Everybody.
Yeah. Everyone?
Yeah.
Am I a her?
Straight to Russia.
I don't know. Are you?
Right-wing troll, do
Well,
not
that brings me to my next question. What is a woman?
I'm not going to define that. Sorry.
Do not engage with
Why are you not going to define what a woman is? Is it not kind of sexist to say that men can be women?
Do not feed the troll.
We're not going back to what?
Go straight to Russia. Do not feed the troll. Thank you.
I am proudly an American. I keep everything in the United States. Actually, who am I kidding? Every single one of my viewers is from Russia. So you got me. Every one of you guys are Russian agents. How's it going, man? Good to see you
Do
again.
not engage. He's a right-wing troll. Thank you.
Do you think we have a patriarchy in the United States?
Engage. He's a right-wing troll. No, you say go straight to Russia. Do not engage. Do not engage.
What rights do women not have that men do?
Don't engage. Not a word. There you go.
It's crazy. It's really crazy. She might have the record on this YouTube channel of the most shutdowns.
She LeBron James?
She like LeBron James this in one day. It's not like she had multiple tries like that girl from Colombia. This girl has probably destroyed the record in one day. Or maybe even that one person in New York City last time. What are your thoughts on women's rights? Do you think if you're pro-life that means you have a small... Yeah?
I know you do.
You know I have a small... What's your thoughts on freedom of speech? This isn't much freedom of speech right here. All right, on to the next.
You know the drill about the right-wing trolls. Don't feed them.
What's up?
Don't feed them.
I know them.
Yeah.
You know me? You know, that's a pretty solid costume.
Can I take a picture? Yes.
Let's let them have that picture.
Don't touch me.
Let's let them have their
Don't touch me.
Okay.
How's it going? How's it going? Don't touch me. She continues touching me. Like, the amount of times I've been touched by this woman is arguably more times than I've been touched by Matt. Don't touch me. She touches me again.
All right, I'll see you. Hey, catch up with me, will you?
You tell everyone to catch up with you. There's no way you're that popular.
Thanks.
You definitely are like a cat lady that goes home and has nothing but cats.
Somebody either like, I'm just hoping it's us. Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Engage right when you scroll every word you say. Make sure to Russia.
What happened?
Do not engage.
I'm just trying to ask questions.
Do not engage.
Thank
Do not give them any
What are your thoughts on this protest?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Is it because my cameraman's a person of color? Oh, she caught up to us. Is it because my cameraman's a person of color?
Don't feed them. Don't feed them.
Well, I'm just trying to ask questions and she keeps harassing me. You want to dance with me?
Find out what it means to me.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I guess it didn't work.
You need to let us after that dancing.
Continue following us.
Get the right subway. Do you know where you're going? Where's your hotel?
We're not leaving yet. We're just going to Whole Foods.
Oh, okay, little lunch. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys don't get lost since you're not.
You gonna watch us while we eat lunch?
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, good.
Look at this.
Good choice. Let's go.
Following us. Are you going to follow us into Whole Foods? You're going to leave.
Right into Whole Foods. Enjoy.
You gonna leave us at the door?
Make sure you don't get lost.
Never mind.
Make sure you don't get lost.
It's not over yet. She's following us all the way into Whole Foods right now. This lady has followed us all the way into Whole Foods. Can you get her to stop following us? She's followed us all the way from over there, and now we're trying to go to Whole Foods, and she's still following us.
What's going on?
I'm just trying to get food, and she won't stop following us.
So why are you following them? Listen, let's walk away for just to be on the safe side, all right? Let's walk.
I just got to pick up some vitamins first.
You're following us into Whole Foods.
If you're gonna
let her get them fine. Let's let her walk away. Let her walk away.
I'm letting her walk. And look, she's just standing there.
And she's gone, and you can turn around. As
I have somewhere to go in there. I'm getting food. I want her to quit following me.
How did it get to this level?
She won't leave us alone.
But you in one of those things or something? I'm just asking. I don't know.
What happened to vitamins? What happened to vitamins? I thought you had vitamins to get.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you can't record in here.
I'm not trying to record.
I don't mind if you guys
We're just filming for our safety. We're getting followed.
Got it, guys. But I can't have you.
Yeah, we're good. you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. 75% of you guys watching this video don't subscribe, so if you watch it all, I know you're a big fan. I love you guys. I had to endure this so-called woman the entire time, but, you know, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
All right, that was just wow. That woman
That was something.
would not leave him alone. That-
He's talking about Madame Bovary. You remember she was played by Kathy
Yes.
Bates in American Horror Story. Yeah, and exactly. Even women at that point had a lot of privilege and a lot of pull. Some of them were into politics and everything. Even then, you know.
Very much so.
Obviously, very prolific serial killers. Some of them.
I mean, that's why we say it's like, well, not going back. I mean,
What do you mean?
to
Going
what?
back? Exactly. Going back to what? You know.
There isn't going back. I mean, you should be so happy to be where they
we
were.
are,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like, you know, one of the girls that she's not on Facebook anymore. She must have actually done it. She must have gotten off Facebook. You know, she said that, and she's like, I don't want to go back to a time where we're forced to wear burqas and we're the property of our father and husband. I'm like, you're just looking at it all wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to be able to wear a burqa and just cover my entire face and everything and get away with it, but it's modesty.
Yes.
And all of those rules, you know, like how the women are covered up and everything, and you have face covering, head covering. Those rules were created by women, not by men.
They were.
The men did not dictate that. It was the other women because they wanted to show modesty. They wanted to show that only their husbands and their family could see them, and the rest of it was for God.
Exactly.
You know, it was their idea. But for some reason, it's gotten taken to a totally different context where the men treat them like property.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's quite ridiculous.
Yeah, and even Nate had something about that. I have to find it about like how women see it, like biblically that we were property or something. And he even goes through the entire scripture and says, no, it's supposed to be coveted like a treasure, protected like a treasure,
Yes.
not property. And even in biblical days, there was somebody within Moses's little caravan of people. Their father had died, and there was only daughters, and the daughters went to him and said, will we get the inheritance of our father, or do we have to marry? Or how is that going to work? And he said, no, you too are also God's children. Why should you be denied anything? And they were they were given the full inheritance.
Exactly.
So when have women ever been oppressed?
Yeah, they really haven't.
You know, there's been subsections here and there, little cultural pockets maybe, but like as a whole, it's like there's always been some sort of pull.
There has been,
and
yes.
privilege.
Yes.
You know?
And that's just it, that these women don't understand, and they want to act all, you know, especially the white privilege is just outrageous.
Yeah, it's always like suburban white women that have something to say about this, and they've never really struggled with anything in their life.
No.
I guess that's the problem.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna run my special thanks, which we should have put on.
Oh, we were doing.
Well, no, but we should have put on what's his name onto it. For giving me a shout out.
If that's for people that just like.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay to yours, we have mediocre stuff too.
We'll try to get Saber done here next week.
Yeah.
Grab it, bud.
Did you rewind it?
Oh, trying to know. What are you doing? There we go.
These women Great City opposite the River Party.
I'm gonna go watch the ones. All right.
Say thank you and have a good night.
I gotta get back to my normal screen.
Did you catch it for him along the way?
All right. Thank you, Sancho.
Yes, thank
and
you.
for joining us as always. And it says we have somebody else, so thank you for watching. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, and we will catch you on Friday.
Have a good night.
Have a great night. And